Dan the Batman. Today I'm doing a book which is called Spitting Images, based on the comedy show Spitting Image. Now, a little bit of a background story on the show itself. Spitting Image first came out in 1984, and to be precise, on the 26th of February 1984, and it lasted until the 18th of February 1996, and it comprised of 18 series with over 130 episodes, being 131, and it was very popular mainly because it took the mickey out of many famous people at the time, including the prime ministers, such as, well, the two main ones, excluding Tony Blair. It took the mickey out of Margaret Thatcher, hint hint, and it also took the mickey out of John Major. It also took the mickey out of the Conservative Party, as well as the Labour Party, as you'll soon find out when I open up this book. And it took the mickey out of, like, presenters on TV throughout the 80s and 90s, all sorts of people. And I've only really recently got into it. I know it's quite old for to be watching it, but I have to say it's quite funny. There's a lot of co-stars and lots of people in there who do the voices that I know of, such as Harry Enfield. So I've watched shows what he's presented and stuff, and also Chris Barry provided the voices of some of the puppets as well. And so let's get into the book, but first of all I'd like to say a few words before we get started on the book review. The first thing is, well, it's 2014. Hope you've all had a good New Year so far, and I was about to say Happy New Year, but it's 2 months in, so yeah, whatever. So Happy New Year for 2 months ago. And so, yeah, and this is my first ever book review I've done on my channel. If you're new, I review like all sorts of merchandise, both old and new, such as action figures and Lego and more things to come, hopefully in the future. So yeah, this is my first book review. I hope to do some more book reviews at some point, probably this year, as I've got a few books I would like to review. So anyway, let's not waste any time and have a look at... Okay, so on the front cover we've got a picture of the Margaret Thatcher puppet smoking a cigar. It's got the title, Spitting Images, rather than saying Spitting Image, what the show was called. It says at the top here, 51 famous faces, including 13 awful Americans, 1 mad Libyan, and Her Glorious Majesty the Queen. Oh yeah, just to say, this was rated for a more mature audience, as it was quite rude. It's probably one of the rudest things on, probably one of the rudest TV shows on at the time. If we have a little look at the spine of the book, it says Spitting Images, created by Fluck and Law. These two people created Spitting Image, or the co-creators. Says that bit here, it says created by Fluck and Law, photographs by John Lawrence Jones. If we take a look at the back of the book, this is quite funny. It says here who the writers are. I might as well just say them. Patrick Barlow, Craig Brown, Julie Bartchill, Nick Conn, I think that says, Richard Curtis, some of you may know him from doing other shows, Pete Davis, Russell Davis, Ian Dury, Francis Edmonds, Ben Elton, Harry Enfield, Stephen Fry, Jermaine Greer, Barry Humphries, Murray Hunter and John Dougherty, Dharma Jonvitz, Frank Eaton, Sean Kelly, John Lloyd, Cliff Mearson, John Mortimer, Tom Nine, Tom Sharp, Sue Downsend, Hugo Vickers, John Wells, Hefcott, Williams and Gore Vidal. The reason why I say all these people is because they're really cool people and they've helped create a really cool book. So this is what the book's about. It says here, this is a book that brings the famous all together in collision. A crop of Britain's leading writers have a go at the greatest spitting images of our time and produce the wittiest book of the year. there's mystery too, and figuring out who is savaging who is just one of the many delights of this brilliantly illustrated books. All the victims, from the Queen to Jack Nicholson, sat for their portraits in the Camden studios of John Lawrence Jones. Most are familiar figures from Spitting Image's cruel and intensely satisfying television puppet show, but they had never been captured in quite this way before. All the puppet models have been refined and some have been completely rebuilt. Mrs. Thatcher for one, because we've never been really satisfied with her, says Law, and Mick Jagger for another. He's aged too. He's aged sorry. As for what they've gone and done with Neil Kinnock, well, that for the moment must remain another mystery. So we've got another picture here of a suit, probably from what Margaret Thatcher wore, because Margaret Thatcher wore like suits and all sorts in the programme. This is probably one of her suits, what she wore. I'm not going to explain that. Got the barcode there, and it says here, cover design by Shape of Things, and this was originally £3.95 when this came out, and this came out in 1987, I believe. Let me just check. Yep, 1987 this came out. And this is probably the oldest, I think this is the oldest piece of merchandise I've reviewed so far on my channel. So, as we open up the book comprises of 62 pages. So, as we open up the book, we've got something in Russian, and it says Stavros forward. Got the Spitting Images and all the stuff I've told you before. As we open up the page, you've got a picture of Prince Charles with his big ears and looking like he's on the phone to daffodils. Let's not go there. You've got this massive article, and just like it's quite funny, some of the words. I won't read it all to you because otherwise we'll be here all day. I'll probably go through all of these for a laugh. We've got Pope John Paul II. This tells you how old it is, because obviously he's not Pope anymore. Got Jack Nicholson, looking very scary, looking a lot like the Joker. Hint, hint. This one is quite funny. The postman always rings twice, and if no one answers, he just bashes right through the door. Yeah. Bit of a bad pun. Nah, that's boring. That guy just looks weird. John Mortimer. It's like he's drinking scotch or something, I don't know. We've got Fergie, who was obviously married to Prince... Oh, what's his name? I can't remember him. Prince... Oh, what's his name? Prince... Prince Andrew, that's it. Sorry, I forgot about that. We got the late Princess Diana. They're looking very, well, funny. The late Colonel Gaddafi with a vulture on there. Him looking a bit worried. What have we got? Woody Allen and Mia Farrow. I don't know who they are, but if there's anyone out there who does, let me know. Got Sir David Owen and David Steele. They were members of one of the, I think it was like the Liberal Alliance Party or something in the late 80s. I think it was David Steele. His reputation was ruined by Spitting Image because they made him, like, rather than this strong man he was, into a little tiny puppet who used to say David, David, and all that stuff. If you've watched if you've seen bits of the show, you'll know what I mean by his puppets. He's really funny. Got Sylvester Stallone. Again, we just got bits and pieces about the characters. Got James Anderson. Got no idea who he is. Sir Lawrence and John Glood. No idea who they are. Tina Turner. Looking a bit mad. They've got a little article about her, and it says, yes, but can she cook? Here we are. This is Neil Kinnock. He was the Labour leader for a long time. Bit of an arsehole, really. And they actually portrayed him as an arsehole in this because he always used to be trying to get rid of Margaret Thatcher in the show by being silly. He's got hinting that he's a liar because he's got style of Pinocchio. Got Her Majesty the Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, reading the newspaper with a biscuit. And it says a few funny things here, such as like the Christmas broadcast. Yes, I'm thinking about it now, very deeply. Go away. You can imagine the Queen saying that. Mikhail Gorbachev, he was the dictator for the Soviet Union when it used to be part of the communist system. Looks a bit freaked out there. He's thinking, why was Spitting Image cancelled? Me angry? And there's one with him sort of smiling. Again, there's loads of articles. Again, I know I haven't read any of the articles. I'll wait till there's a good one. I've got Margaret Thatcher, PM. And picture there. It's quite funny. Smoking a cigar. There's a big article here, something about leadership and everything. Margaret Thatcher in the programme was actually voiced by a bloke who had a very, very, very good impersonation of Margaret Thatcher. She was very, 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 had a very strong voice when she spoke. We've got some more stuff here to do with the character. That she is in the show. We've got a little message here. It says, Dear Mr. Eggnog, the Prime Minister was most concerned to hear of your difficulties. She's looking into the various matters you raised in your letter. Yours sincerely, Rupert Brown Bear. Here we are. We've got Bob Hoskins and Michael Caine. My name is Michael Caine, and I am in Spitting Image, and I've got my big glasses on. I've got Bob Hoskins there, looking quite funny. We've just got a few funny bits and pieces here. Here we are. Now, this is an example of what Spitting Image did to some of the famous presenters of shows. They took a lot of their aspects, such as like their glasses, big eyes, or anything like that, like this guy here. And they just like totally invent stuff about them. Like this guy he was a really small guy, and he had he used to talk like this. And this here is David Coleman, and he had a voice like this. When the races were on, he'd talk a bit like this. When he's walking like this, he's talking a bit like this, very fast. And I can't remember who did the voice of him in the later years of the show, but he's a really funny comedian. I'll probably put something up on the screen if I remember what he is, what his name is. We've got Prince, famous singer. I think he's still going. Let me know in the comment section below if he is still going. Him with his very long tongue. Little man, you had a busy day. Ian Botham, I've got no idea who that is. Ronald and Nancy Reagan. Ronald Reagan was the president of the USA at the time of Spitting Image when it first came about. And Nancy Reagan, obviously his wife. And there's a letter, I think it's either Nancy or someone. Oh, here we are. What they've done it as if it was handwritten, and then they've put what it actually says underneath typed. It says, Dear Lawfluck, fan that I am of your tasteful inventions, you can go too far when you suggest that an actor like Ronald Reagan could ever be president of what's Spyro Angrew with characteristic verve and originality, hailed as the greatest nation in the country. I fear that I must pass the lover of bizarre that I am. I just did my American accent there. Here we are, we've got Michael Jackson. I've got a caption here, creature the earth forgot. I've got a little big paragraph there about Michael Jackson. What sort of stuff he'd say. Picture of Michael Jackson here of a goldfish. And looking a bit scary. Also, if you want to laugh, go type in Michael Jackson bad spitting image, because they take the Mickey out of his bad music video. Rupert Murdoch, no idea who that is. There's another bit there. And if I just... here we are. We've got Meryl Streep, Robert De Niro and Dustin Hoffman. Yeah, look like they're discussing things. That's good. For the first time ever revealed the wisdom of the stars, you must have lived on Earth before. In any event, we certainly have. Here's Edwina Curry, looking like a vampire, because they portrayed her in the series as being like a vampire. She wore a lot of black. She even had like claws like a vampire. And Mick Jagger, with a book entitled Tina Turner's Book of something movies. Didn't make that. We've got Billy Connolly and Prince Andrew. The Prince and the Pauper. So it's Prince and the Pauper. I have to say that the caricatures are so good. So they look so much like the people. P.W. Boffer, no idea who that is. And we've got Smoking Street Bruno. Champ Tyson has said one punch wonder. I don't know, this is probably a boxer. Got a pigeon on there. So, all in all, I mean, I'm sorry if that was quite boring, me going through everything. But going through the whole book. But all in all, I thought might as well analyse it. So, what do I think of this book? Well, I have to say, I mean, I suppose other people would probably enjoy this book more if they grew up watching Spitting Image. Obviously, I never watched it when it came out because I wasn't born around the time it came out. So we're talking like 30 years ago. And I think I was about 1 or 2 when Spitting Image like ended, and it wasn't on telly anymore. But I mean, because I haven't watched all of Spitting Image, and I can honestly say it changed television. I can understand that, but I think this book is worth it if you're a fan of Spitting Image. I'd probably rate this a... Do you know what? I'm going to go 10, because I think this book is a good buy. Try and find it on eBay. It's a good buy for any fan of Spitting Image. And especially if it's as Spitting Image is celebrating its 30th anniversary. And I think in order to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Spitting Image, because it may have been your favourite show, let me know if it was in the section below. So I'd probably give it a 10 out of 10. And this originally cost £3.95. I know I've mentioned it before. Because the reason why I mention it again is that I didn't actually pay, as some of you are probably wondering, how did you get it? Well, the story goes, when I was on holiday last year, I went into a shop, and it was like an old shop. They were selling all sorts of old things, such as like jewellery, books, trains, you name it, they had it in there. And my mum was looking at the shelves of things, and she said, "Oh look, Spitting Image," and I turned around and I had a look at it, and I thought, "Oh man, I got to get this." And I think I paid £6. Paid £6 for this, so it's not bad of a buy. £6 for an old book. Obviously, it's quite worn, but it's I think if it's worn or not, I think this is definitely a nice buy. It's a good book, and I highly recommend it. Stay tuned, as there's going to be another review coming up soon of a Lego set from the Lego Movie, and that should be out soon. So thanks for watching, guys. Please let me know in the comment section below if you would like to see more book reviews and what you thought of this review, and if I should do the walkthrough of the book, going through it and seeing and saying things about the book, or should I just analyse it through small bits of it, it's looking at small bits of the book rather than all of it. So yeah, let me know what you think of this review. Let me know what you do you like Spitting Image? Who your favourite caricature was? Was it Margaret Thatcher, Tony Blair? Some of your favourite TV presenters, such as what's his name? The one who used to be married to Billie Piper. Ginger guy with glasses. What was his name? Chris Evans, that's it. So if you're a fan of him, Margaret Thatcher, so-and-so, blah, blah, blah. If you're a fan of any of the characters, let me know which one your favourite was. Hope to see you soon. Hope you keep on watching my videos. Check out some of my other videos if you're new to my channel, such as Character Impressions 2, or Character Impressions itself. Check out my LEGO reviews, Doctor Who reviews. Just check out my videos in general. I've done quite a few these last 2 years. So, thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.